Made it to the heart of the season of giving, and one of the most recognizable events in the city is going by a slightly different name this year. Mem Giving is this effort to make sure our neighbors who have fallen on hard times stay warm and fed this week, all well underway. And here to tell us more about this massive undertaking is Mississippi Boulevard Christian Church Senior Pastor Dr. J. Lawrence Turner. Dr. Turner, welcome back to 3 at 3. Good to see you as always.
Good to see you, sir.
We're talking about a different name this year. Why so?
Well, different name, but same mission.
Okay.
As time moves on, we want to serve our community in fresh and new ways and make sure we're touching some of the deepest needs in our community. And so in 2025, we've decided to embrace the name Mem Giving, Boulevard Mem Giving, and give back to our community, particularly in this year. That's been particularly hard, right, for everybody.
That's what I want to talk about. We know the Boulevard has been committed year-round to fighting food insecurity, but with this government shutdown and what happened to so many folks with losing their SNAP benefits or being put on hold, paint that picture for us.
Yeah.
What have Memphians gone through?
So I want you to consider that prior to the shutdown, prior to any funding freezes, 15% of the residents of Memphis are food insecure.
15%.
15%.
Okay.
So 140,000 at least that we know of the last time we've run those numbers. And so you can think about how that has been exacerbated by the freezes that happened at the beginning of this year, right at the beginning of the Trump administration, and then with the cuts and new regulations as it relates to SNAP benefits. So the need is tremendous.
So we're talking about more families, more individuals seeking support, seeking some type of need out there?
Yes, tremendous need. Our amount of outreach has gone from serving 800 households a month to now over 1,400 households per month that we're providing boxes of food to them to help them make it through at least 10 to 14 days of each month. And those numbers continue to rise. People walk up to our amount of outreach in Midtown and get emergency food boxes. We've had to have an emergency food drive in the past number of weeks that we're continuing through the rest of this year to meet the demand that has arisen.
What do you hear, though, Pastor, maybe even from just one individual about what they are going through and why help like this is so desperate?
Yeah, well, the stories are numerous of people who are saying, well, on one hand, you have people who are federal workers who are trying to catch up for lost pay during the shutdown. And then we've got some people in our community who are just already having a hard time, didn't have SNAP benefits, and so really have been pushed to their wits' end. And I've come to the church to find hope and to find the basic necessities of life. One of the things that we don't want to lose in the midst of all the politics, we don't want to lose our care for humanity.
Do you think we have a little bit?
I think we've kind of lost that in this climate of incivility politically, whether at the federal level or in many of the other jabs that are taken between politicians. And I think we lose sight of the fact that elected officials, government is for the common good, and at the very top of the common good is caring for human beings.
Getting back specifically towards Mem Giving, I know a number of volunteers got together around 1 o'clock this afternoon. Paint that picture. What was going on there?
Okay, so early today we've been putting together some winter weather essentials, particularly for the unhoused community, that'll be distributed from our Midtown Campus Fellowship Hall tomorrow. But at 1 today, members, volunteers were gathering, beginning to assemble the plates that are going to go out to several of the sites that we're going to be serving tomorrow.
Wow, you have a lot of volunteers. Are more volunteers needed? What would you like to see there?
Well, anybody can go to our website. There are a few more slots that are open at some of the sites around the city. So if you're interested in volunteering, they can easily go to theboulevard.org and check out Mem Giving, and it'll show you what slots are available. It's a great thing for high school students to do who do community service hours. Even if you got a returning college student, it's a good way to put them to work.
Keep them busy for sure. Yes. Talk about some of your partners, City of Memphis, Shelby County Government, Crosstown Concourse, just to name a few.
Yes.
What are folks saying to you about we want to be a part of Mem Giving? What are they saying? Why?
Many of those partners who've helped us make this happen haven't been asked. They have stepped up to the plate. They heard what we were doing, and they wanted to be a part of it. They know the pain is deep in this community, and they wanted to be part of the solution, not just talking about the problem. I'm so excited. R.S. Lewis and Sons, Shelby County Government, Crosstown Concourse, Dr. Onika Richardson, State Farm Agent Dolores Burrows. I mean, the list can go on, and of course the generosity of our our membership has helped to make this possible.
What about those out there watching right now who say, I need that meal, where do they need to be, especially tomorrow?
Yes, so if they are part of the unhoused community, they're welcome to come to our Midtown campus, 70 North Bellevue Boulevard at 12 noon tomorrow. Doors open at 11:45.
But that won't be the only location, right?
No, there are locations around the city. So we'll be at R.S. Lewis and Sons Funeral Home on Walnut Grove. We will be at the Ridgeway Police Precinct in Hickory Hill. We will also be at a number of other locations like Target House and Poston House and Doors of Hope, which will be serving those residents. And so we want to just spread out, fan out across the city and bring them not only food, we want to bring them hope.
What do you get out of this? What do some of the volunteers get out of that? Personalize this for me.
I have to tell you, I've been so encouraged, not only by the generosity of our church, we're one of many, and I've been blessed to see the work of just organizations across this city who are coming together and saying, hey, we're going to do something for our community, and I hope that it will live beyond this week, that we would make this a starting point to continue to meet the immediate needs for our community, but let's work to get upstream and stop there from being so many people who are food insecure.
While I got you here, and I know you always are keeping a close eye on politics and other developments, I know U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi, as well as many others, were in Memphis yesterday to update us on where things stand with the Memphis Safe Task Force. They're talking about a lot of arrests that have been made. What else does this city need, though? What other types of investment, Pastor, would you like to see here?
Yeah, I appreciate the question because we're not going to arrest our way to a better Memphis. That after this law enforcement surge ends, I hope there would be investments in upskilling the workforce in Memphis. We hear of employers and companies coming to the area. We want to make sure the residents of the city of Memphis can participate in that workforce that'll work at Blue Oval City, that will work at Google across the river, that will work. Even some of the more contentious companies like XAI who have come. We want to make sure Memphians are upskilled to be able to serve in those capacities. But we also hope that from the federal level, there'll be an investment in education. We want our young people to have the passport to the future. That's with a good education.
And just to go full circle here again, Mem Giving.
Yes.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow, Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, and we're looking forward to serving our city that we love.
Dr. J. Lawrence Turner, always good to see you.
Always good to be